Now I want to help you shift the pattern, guys. All right, let's do a little EFT. If you've never done EFT before, then we're gonna talk a little bit about how that works. And this is gonna help us with safety, ownership, and support. Okay, S.O.S. All right, this is how we shift it. Safety is what your body needs to feel safe to succeed. Ownership is about you reclaiming your power when you stop blaming and shaming yourself. And support is the idea that you don't have to do this alone. Okay. This is the foundation of how I work with clients. And this is what we're going to do with our EFT tapping round. So if you haven't done EFT tapping before, you can find so many resources on this in my school community. I'll give you the information on how to join if you're not already a member over there. And if you receive emails from me, there's always like a little school logo where you can join on there. But I'm not going to go into explaining a lot of this. I really want to take you through EFT tapping as well as like a hypnotic visualization and have a little bit of time for Q&A and to give you guys an awesome gift at the end of this too. So with like 18 minutes left, I want to keep rolling. But in a nutshell, if you're not familiar with EFT tapping, it is nervous system nourishment. It removes energetic blockages, which are the basis of any dis-ease, including self-sabotage and procrastination. And what we're going to do is going to be kind of like follow the leader. I'm going to say something while tapping a part of my body. We're going to start on the side of the hand. We're going to go through the top of the head, the eyebrow point, which is basically where your eyebrow starts, the side of the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, the collarbone, and under the arm. We're going to do this a few times through, and I'm going to be saying statements related to self-sabotage. All of you are muted. So if what I'm saying, if you have like a version of it that feels more authentic and more gritty, say that version, okay? EFT loves specificity, and you will remove more blockages by saying the thing that feels authentically true to you, okay? You can add in some curse words. You can add in whatever you like. You're on mute. Have fun with this. Make yourself feel good. We're gonna look at self-sabotage here with this. So all right, I need first for us to just kind of assess how we are feeling before we start. That's always really important. So the idea here is when you think of your relationship with procrastination and self-sabotage, how much is it separating you from how you want to show up in your life, business, relationships? Okay, give me a 0 to 10 number where like 10 is it's super duper holding you back, and 0 is like procrastination, self-sabotage. What's that? Not my problem. And yeah, thank you, Denise, for starting to drop those in the chat. And also remember your number, because what I want you to do is I want you after this to rate yourself again, but it's so helpful for me if you give me both numbers afterwards. So like, let's say you're at a 9 right now and afterwards you're at like a 2. I want to see like 9 to 2, because that's going to be more helpful. I can't scroll up and see all these and then scroll down. It's just, so remember your number, write it down somewhere where you're going to remember it. And thank you for dropping them in the chat. That's super helpful. I see a lot of high numbers. You're in the right place, guys. All right. So I'm going to get started, and we're going to tap it out together. And I know you guys are muted and I can't hear you. Is there somebody that would like to volunteer to unmute? I love having a shadow because that lets me know I'm not going too fast. I'm not going too slow. And it feels less weird to me. Can I get a volunteer? Darren, go ahead. Unmute yourself, and you're just going to say back the line right after I say it and tap the spot that I'm tapping. Okay. So thank you for volunteering. I feel so awkward when I'm in like, I've got like 30 some people here and it's just like me talking. So thank you. All right. So let's get started here. We're going to start on the side of the hand. Take a deep breath, everybody, too, just to get started. And also, even though you are mostly muted, speak out loud. Don't not say the stuff. Saying it out loud helps, and making it specific to what you're feeling helps. All right, here we go. Even though I keep sabotaging myself.
Even though I keep sabotaging myself.
And it's so frustrating.
And it's so frustrating.
I want to deeply and completely accept myself.
I want to deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I say I want to change, but something always stops me.
Even though I say I want to change, but something always stops me.
I honor this resistance that has been trying so hard to protect me.
Honor this resistance that has been trying so hard to protect me.
Even though there's part of me that's scared to move forward.
Even though there's part of me that's scared to move forward.
Might even think I might fail again.
I might even think I might fail again.
I choose to believe I can write a new story.
I choose to believe I can write a new story.
All right, now we're going to start moving through the other points with the top of the head here. I feel like I'm always getting in my own way.
I feel like I'm always getting in my own way.
I make plans, I get inspired, and then I stall.
I make plans, I get inspired, and then I stall.
I say I want better health,
I say I want better health,
more money,
more money,
deeper relationships,
deeper relationships.
but then I procrastinate.
Then I procrastinate.
I avoid and I sabotage it all.
I avoid and I sabotage it all.
I feel like I can't trust myself to follow through.
I feel like I can't trust myself to follow through.
I have started so many things that I have never finished.
I have started so many things that I have never finished.
It makes me feel ashamed and disappointed and tired.
It makes me feel ashamed and disappointed and tired.
What if I'm never the person who actually gets there?
What if I'm never the person who actually gets there?
Maybe this isn't just laziness or failure.
Maybe this isn't just laziness or failure.
Maybe it's fear.
Maybe it's fear.
Fear of being seen, fear of failure, fear of change.
Fear of being seen, fear of failure, fear of change.
Maybe my nervous system still thinks success isn't safe.
Maybe my nervous system still thinks success isn't safe.
Maybe that's why I check out
Maybe that's why I check out
or shut down or stay stuck.
or shut down or stay stuck.
All of these fight or flight responses.
All of these flight or fight responses.
They've been trying to keep me safe,
They've been trying to keep me safe,
even when it doesn't feel good.
even when it doesn't feel good.
And I've spent so much time and money on things that didn't work.
And I've spent so much time and money on things that don't work.
Because I never knew I needed to start with my nervous system.
I never knew I needed to start with my nervous system.
I'm open to the idea that it's safe for me to follow through.
I'm open to the idea that it's safe for me to follow through.
What would it take for me to trust myself more than I ever have before?
What would it take for me to trust myself more than I ever have before?
To slow down so that I don't need to hustle or push.
Slow down so I don't need to hustle or push.
And to feel safe moving in calm clarity.
And to feel safe moving in calm clarity.
I can take action from alignment, not fear.
I can take action from alignment, not fear.
I am building a version of me that finishes what she starts.
I am building a version of me that finishes what she starts.
And I'm creating safety in my body.
And I'm creating safety in my body
Around rest, success, and connection.
around rest, success, and connection.
Opening up to the possibility of real, lasting change.
Opening up to the possibility of real, lasting change
That lets me embody my goals.
that lets me embody my goals.
I get to rewrite the narrative.
I get to rewrite the narrative.
And I'm allowed to succeed.
And I'm allowed to succeed.
All right. Take a nice deep breath through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth or your nose, whichever one feels good to you. And just notice what's shifted here in this present moment. And thank you, Darren, so much for mirroring me there. That was helpful. If you think about your relationship right now in this moment, I know you haven't tried to do anything or anything else right now, but just how you feel right in this moment. Where is the number now? Between 0 to 10, as far as like how much you feel like it's holding you back or separating you from what you want to do in your life. Just see those numbers again. Wow, I have no words. Eye-opening. Yeah, we're doing that. All right. Let's see. Just reading through. There's a lot of comments here. I'm not going to read them all. I see a 6 to a 4, a 7 to a 2, a 9 to a 5. Yeah, beautiful. Awesome. Feeling serene. 7. A little crying in there. That's perfect. I saw a lot of my favorite thing to see during this too was just a lot of yawning. And for anybody who hasn't tapped before or isn't familiar, that's like energetic blockages releasing when we yawn. So yawning is always a good thing to see. So yeah, just tune into what's shifted. And while everybody's feeling a little bit more relaxed and just kind of settling in with, hey, I don't need to fix everything today. I don't have to have it all figured out. You know, this can be a great way to like strengthen the signal that change is possible and safe. So now we tapped into some new space in the nervous system. Let's take a moment to drop even deeper. We're going to do a little hypnotic visualization.